Hi guys, we're going to look at integers, in particular adding and subtracting. So integers, we're just looking at whole numbers. So here we have a car, and it says the car travels 5 meters forwards, the car then travels 8 meters backwards, the car moves forwards 1 meter and stops. So we're going to convert this into numbers, but before that we do that, we're going to create a number line. So I'm going to break this up into little segments. I'm going to call it start point 0. And then it says the car travels 5 meters forward. So we need to go forward. So we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and they're going to be my meters. And they're going to go backwards as well because we can go behind 0. We've got negative numbers. So they're numbers that are on the opposite side of 0. So we have -1, -2, -3, -4, -5, -6. So now we're going to assign these to either a positive or a negative value. So the car travels 5 meters forwards. So if we're going forwards, it's going to be a positive. So we're going to the right. The car then travels backwards, so it's going to be negative, so we're going to the left, so -8. And the car moves forwards 1 more meter, so that's another positive because we're going that way. So now we can write that out in a mathematical way. So we can have +5, and then we're going to add all these together, so that's why we get a little add sign here. So +5 plus -8 plus -1. So we can work out what this is. So when we get to the next one, which we have -3, and how we got that is, so +5 plus -8. So plus -8 is the same as just -8. So we can actually take away the side. So it's 5, take 8. So if we're looking at 5, if we're starting here, if we take away 8, we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We ended up at -3. So 5 take 8 equals -3. So that's where we got there. And I've left my +1 there in brackets. -1, so -3 plus 1. So now we're -3 and we're plussing 1. It's just going to equal -2. So that's our answer there. So we've gone, and I can show you where we've gone. So we've gone forwards to +5. We've then come back 8, which is to -3, and then we've gone forwards 1, so we stopped at -2. So therefore, the car has travelled 2 meters backwards. Just remember that negative just meant that we're going backwards. Let's look at it if we had just the numbers and we didn't actually have a situation here. So here we've got -2, take 4, +5, take -8, +1. See how I've sort of said these a bit differently? So that's a -2 and that's a take 4. The reason for that is because when we look at it here we have a -2, but this take, we're actually taking a +4. Where here we have a minus and then -8. So that negative relates to this 8 here. So I've just split it up into different terms. So we have -2, take +4, plus a +5, take a -8, plus a +1. So we have a little toolkit that we can use up here. So this tells us what our signs are going to be. So we have -2, and then we have a take and a positive sign. So if we look up here, that's going to equal a negative. If we have a positive, it's going to equal to positive. We have a negative. Now this is a tricky one. So 2 negatives make a positive. So that's going to be positive there. And then we have a positive, so it's going to equal positive. So we can see this here. So these two here, negative. These two, positive. These two, positive. And these two, positive. Alright, so now we can actually work it out. So you can use our number line up here to help us if we're adding. So if we've got the plus sign there, we're going to the right. And if we're taking away, we're going to the left. So I'm going to do just the first two first and leave these ones here at the end. So -2, take 4. So we're starting at our -2, and then we're taking 4. So we're going to the left. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we're going to end up at -6. Now I've just kept these in brackets so you can see that I haven't actually done anything to these ones yet. So looking at this section here, so now we have -6, and we're going to add 5. So we're going to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we're going to end up at -1. So -1 plus 8 plus 1. So now -1 plus 8. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and we would have gone to the 8 one there, which would have been 7. And then 7 plus 1, which you should know is 8. So our answer, if we simplified this down, we get 8. Might be a little bit complicated, it might be really easy, up to you. But if you have any questions, come see me.